The Boston Tea Party, the secret plan behind America's revolution. What if I told you that one single act of rebellion changed the world forever, that one protest over something as simple as tea triggered a revolution that brought down an empire? But here's the shocking twist: what if I told you that the Boston Tea Party wasn't just a protest but a secret mission, a plan so dangerous that if it had failed the rebels would have been executed for treason? And guess what? Some believe it was never even about tea in the first place. What really happened that night? Who was behind it? And is history repeating itself today? Buckle up, because in the next few minutes you're going to hear a story that will make you question everything you thought you knew about the American Revolution. Stay till the end, because the last part will blow your mind. The year is 1773. The American colonies are angry, boiling with rage. Why? Taxes. The British government is treating them like an ATM, forcing them to buy British goods while charging insane taxes. But the worst part, the people had no voice, no say in the government that ruled over them. And then comes the final straw, the Tea Act, a law that made British tea cheaper but crushed local businesses. To Britain it seemed like a win-win, but to the Americans this was an insult. It wasn't about money, it was about freedom, it was about control, it was about who really had the power. And that's when a group of rebels decided enough is enough. December 16th. 1773, a cold dark night in Boston. 3 British ships filled with tea are sitting in the harbor. Guards are everywhere. The city is silent, but suddenly movement in the shadows. A group of men, faces covered, dressed as Native Americans, move swiftly through the streets. They aren't just protesters, they are revolutionaries, a secret team handpicked for a mission that could get them all killed. One mistake and they'll be hanged for treason. They reach the ships, no shouting, no guns, no violence, just one clear objective: destroy every crate of tea. One by one they rip open 342 crates and dump them into the freezing Atlantic Ocean. The water turns brown, the air fills with the scent of tea. 92,000 pounds gone. A small crowd watches in stunned silence. Some cheer, some can't believe what they're seeing. This isn't just a protest, this is a message to the most powerful empire in the world: we are not your slaves, we will not be controlled. And then, just as quickly as they appeared, they vanish into the darkness. No one is caught, no one is arrested. But the impact: it will change the course of history forever. When the British hear what happened, they lose it. The king is furious. This is treason, he declares. Boston must be punished. The British shut down the Boston port. They send in the military troops, flood the streets. They pass brutal new laws, the intolerable acts. They think this will scare the colonies into obedience, but instead it does the exact opposite. Across America anger grows. More people join the revolution. The Boston Tea Party has ignited a fire that can never be put out. And just 2 years later, boom, the American Revolution begins. But wait, what if I told you that there's a secret side to this story? Some historians believe that the Boston Tea Party wasn't just an act of rebellion but a carefully planned attack. Why? Because some of the wealthiest American businessmen were losing money, their businesses were being crushed by British tea, and some say they were the real masterminds behind the protest. They needed a reason to push Britain out, they needed a revolution. Others believe British spies knew about the plan and let it happen because they wanted an excuse to crack down harder on the colonies. Sounds crazy maybe, but one thing is certain: the Boston Tea Party wasn't just about tea, it was about power, about who controls who. And that question, it still exists today. Look at the world today. Protests are everywhere. Governments still use laws to control people. People still rise up against oppression. But here's the real question: if the Boston Tea Party happened in 2025, how would the world react? Would it be called a fight for freedom or domestic terrorism? Would social media expose hidden agendas before the event even happened? Would the rebels be called heroes or criminals? History repeats itself. The question is, will we recognize it when it happens? If this story blew your mind, smash that like button and hit subscribe, because history isn't just in books, it's happening right now. The Boston Tea Party wasn't just about tea, it was about power, control, and the fight for freedom. And that fight, it never really ended. What do you think? Was the Boston Tea Party a real revolution, or was it a setup? Drop your thoughts in the comments, let's debate. They dumped 92,000 pounds of tea into the ocean in the dead of night, but was it really about tea? Thinking face, what if this was all part of a bigger plan? Collision, if you were there that night, would you have joined the rebels or stopped them? Eyes, do you think history is hiding the real reason behind this protest? High voltage, if something like this happened today, would the world call it a fight for freedom or an act of terrorism?